Hey everyone, how's it going out there? This is Fina, the Waifu Satyr, with a video on how to prepare for the upcoming PTR patch 2.7, which is about a month or so away. So we don't know exactly when it's going to launch or the contents of that patch, but what we can do is start preparing and organizing ourselves to make the transition smooth, and that will help us just get right into testing, okay? With that said, one of the first things that can be done is of course related to installation. So just go to your BNet launcher, select Diablo 3, Public Test Realm, and install that sucker if you haven't already done so. Just be forewarned that the files are something like 16 gigabytes or so, so just make sure you have the space. And maybe you've installed the files in the past, but the BNet app just doesn't know where the files are located. So just click locate the game down here, and then you can select the folder where all the files are located. Pretty easy. Moving on, the next thing that can be done, of course, is related to space management. If you're a seasonal player, just make sure you have your seasonal stash tab for the season. But more importantly, you'll want to focus on your non-seasonal stash. And reason being is that when you log into PTR, you'll notice that your seasonal stash will be gone. Okay, all your items that were in there will be mailed to you, and there will be an icon here. Okay, so organizing your seasonal stash isn't really going to do much for you here. So just focus on your non-seasonal stash. Okay. In terms of some of the considerations regarding consumables, you'll notice that I have quite a bit of puzzle rings, and I got lazy. I've been saving these for a rainy day, I guess, but I need to start using them, okay? So alternatively, I can just, salvage them, but that's kind of wasteful. So after this video, I'll probably do some puzzle rings runs, okay? So I can get rid of these. I also have these potions, and they're pretty good. They rolled pretty nice, and so I want to slap these on some other characters that I've made. And of course, I have quite a few gems here. Okay, if you go to the uh, Covetous Shen, you'll notice that let's see, upgrading gems only costs gold, and I have plenty of gold, so I can definitely make some room there. Okay, in terms of the gifts, you'll definitely want to, of course, keep some because you'll need them for testing. But more importantly, Blizzard might do something in the future about these things. So I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to enchant or socket our jewelry one day. So just make sure you keep these. Don't throw them away, unless you just absolutely need the room, right? And of course, I have some extra follower gear. Just slap that on a follower. Pretty simple. Okay. It's going to take a lot of time, right? There's a lot of tabs, and so just take your time and just do it at a reasonable pace. Moving on, in terms of saving gear, so this isn't too difficult. So you'll want to prioritize class sets, okay? Because you're gonna want to use them potentially. And what's nice is that retroactive changes usually apply to class specific sets, well, sets in general. And one thing that you may want to consider is to save your universal sets that every class can use. And that's because Blizzard might add some pretty cool legendary powers or change the current set bonuses. So I have some primal blackthorns here. This might just be the next big thing. I don't know. So I'm just going to hold on to it, all right? And of course, you'll want to save any gear that goes with any of the builds that you are interested in using, right? In terms of character management, so just make sure, if you're like me, you might have a character that is not fully leveled. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a barbarian. He's level 1, alright. I'm not sure why that is. I think I rebirthed and I just kind of forgot about this dude. So just make sure that they're at level 70 because you don't want a naked paper doll here, right? That's just space that is being wasted, okay? So I can load this up if I really wanted to. In addition, you know, there might be changes to classes that I don't normally play. And you'll notice that I don't have a monk. And so I might consider making a monk. So you want to do this before the PTR because power leveling during PTR is a waste of time. And of course, you'll want to focus on the inventory cleanup of that character or any characters that you need to deal with. In terms of the consumables, so the bounty materials, crafting materials, and something like the keystones, you'll want enough that you're able to test fully, right? And so just kind of imagine what you're going to do during PTR. If you're going to reforge quite a bit, of course you'll want to do bounties. If you're going to craft set items at the blacksmith, you'll definitely want quite a bit of crafting materials there. And of course, if you're going to do any amount of GRIFs, you're going to want some keystones. I have nearly 2,000, so I'm good there. But everyone's different, right? And so, for instance, what is important about this is that Blizzard might change some of these sets. So like Demon's Restraint, no one uses that. Guardian's Case, so Blizzard might add or change the legendary powers on these, and then you'll want to craft them, right? So just make sure you have a good supply of materials for whatever it is that you think you might need to do. Okay. In terms of blood shards, you can't really hoard blood shards, except what you can do is free up some space for some bounty caches, right? And so, I'm not advising that you do this for all your tabs or anything like that, but just having a few cache bags can give you a nice boost at the start of PTR. So that is something that you can do as well. And of course, in terms of game knowledge, um, it's always a good idea to stay knowledgeable, okay? So what I do is every once in a while I go to my skills and just kind of brush up on them. So skills and the various runes, right? And I'm a pretty forgetful person, so this is kind of useful to me. So just make sure you focus on the skills and the passives, all right? And of course, whatever class that you main, you'll want to prioritize what is specific to your class. So builds, skills, and any of the mechanics that are applicable to your class. So I'm a Crusader main, so I'm going to first focus on the Crusader, of course. And then you can move on, branch out to like the global mechanics, and of course other classes. And so you'll notice that in the red, I have the Monk, Cruise, and Wizard highlighted. So I did this because there's a good chance that monks, crusaders, and wizards will receive significant changes, and that's because of, well, first of all, wizards are in a really bad spot, so I'm sure Blizzard is aware of that. And if going by the new set, how they release the new sets for each class, if we go by that trend, monk and cruise first started off. So in light of that, monks and crusaders are likely to receive changes. But of course, this is all speculation. And of course, theory crafting is always easier if you're knowledgeable, right? So if you don't really know much about the game, it's really going to be hard to theory craft, all right? And last but not least, take advantage of your closet, guys. Whoops. Yeah, take advantage of your closet. Whichever builds, so you want to probably do this after the patch notes are released to have a better idea of what you want to utilize the closet for. And so for easy access, I did this so that I can just quickly get the build ready for quick testing, right? Okay, so that about wraps it up. I hope that was helpful to somebody. This was Fina, the Waifu Satyr. Happy testing, everybody. I will see you guys out there. Thanks for watching.